Hi, Dave Jones here again. We're going to look at an old, I think it's a 60s song. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. It's called Walk Don't Run. It's by The Ventures. It's got a little power chord intro, which is quite useful, and then it moves into a melody taken from mainly from the A natural minor scale, occasionally from the A harmonic minor scale, but we won't worry about that too much now. And so what I'll do is I'll play through it, and then I'll talk you a little bit through the tab for it, because there's some signs on there that if you want to follow it accurately that you'll need to understand. So I'll do that towards the end. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so that was the whole tune there. I don't think it really sort of warrants a close-up if you're printing the tab off. The power chords are there's a lesson up on power chords on the website if you're not sure about them. We're playing A5 there, that's the 5th fret, G5, F5, and then when you go to E5 I'll probably use your second finger to go on there, so, and then you repeat that twice, and then I've arranged this, I think probably the original was probably played using the A minor scale up here at the 5th fret, and you could probably try that if you want to try and work out where the notes are if you're a bit of a beginner. The reason I played it down the open end is so you get as many open strings going as possible. Now, I just wanted to talk you just briefly through some of the tab ideas there, not the tab itself, because obviously there are lessons up on how to read tab. More importantly, how to follow this particular this chart. So I'll just show you a close up, and so as you know where you're going. Okay, so this is the PDF that I've just played from. I printed it off of the website. The top bit, if you're in, if you've played power chords before and you've done tab and everything, it's fairly self-explanatory. It's just a bunch of power chords that you just play all the way through and follow it as it goes. But what happens in the chord chart itself? This double line with the double dot there means repeat. So what you do is you go through until you see the next repeat sign, and you repeat the bit in between the two signs. So what you'll see is there's a repeat there. So you repeat that bit. So you play it once and obviously then play it again. That's fairly self-explanatory. But what happens here is we've got what's called a first and second time ending. That little hat with the 1 means that the first time you play these two lines, virtually two lines, you play these two bars here. And the second time, if you see that little number 2 there, the second time you miss these two bars and play this one instead, and then continue on to the end of the piece. So that's fairly okay. So we play this line to there, go back to this line, play along it, and the first 2 bars of the next line, and then we jump, omitting this bar, these 2 bars, and we jump to bar where it says the second time ending, and you play all the way through to the end. And then we've got a sign that is another standard musical sign, Dies au fini. And what that means is you go from the sign, you go back to the sign, and the sign is a little thing here, this squiggly thing with a line through it. You go back to there, so when you get to the end of the piece, you go back to this sign here, and then you play through until it says finish, fini. So I hope you kind of get that. So like the first and second time ending, all the way down to the bottom of the piece, and then back to the sign, which is this squiggly thing here. Start there again, and you play to the finish. And when I say you play to the finish, you don't do those 2 bars again. You just play this as if you were doing the second time ending. You play this bit, these 2, and then jump straight to the last bar. So I hope you found that useful. It's quite a cool piece for you to play, and I hope you find the tab useful and you understand how to read it. It's another couple of things you might have picked up because these are standard signs on all music paper and everything like that, whether it be flute, violin, whatever. So might be another thing that you've picked up. So yeah, hope you find that useful, and I'll see you again sometime.